On the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. They can be hits just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm proud when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Oh, no, this game is just getting started right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It's Throwback Thursday, and it's also the day I rock some HBCU gear, and I'm rocking with the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. Yeah, man, had to give them some love today. Of course, they competed in the SWAC championship game this year, coming up short, losing to Alabama A&M. But I got to give some love to Arkansas Pine Bluff in the house. Big shout out to the Harris family. Big shout out to the Smith families, families I know in Arkansas. I know some folks in Pine Bluff, Little Rock, Dumas, a lot of folks in those areas. Big shout out to y'all. Arkansas is in the house today. Valencia King, what it do, baby? I told y'all about Trey Young. Didn't want to listen. Didn't want to listen. Willie Gibson didn't want to listen. Told y'all. And Atlanta was down early. Milwaukee came out balling. Milwaukee was doing all that balling, and then Atlanta did Atlanta. Atlanta said, "Hold on, where you going?" Atlanta said, "Hold on, where you going?" Brought him back to the fold, and before you knew it, back and forth, and then all of a sudden, game was over, and Atlanta had more points than Milwaukee in Milwaukee. Let me put this comment up from Valencia King. Yeah, let that marinate out there. I might hold that one up all day. I might pin it. I might just pin that one right there. You know what I mean? That one's got wisdom and knowledge in it right there. That's got life on it right there. That one she just put up right there, got life on it. Trey Young loves being the villain. Trey Young loves being the bad guy. And he was so bad. That's a bad man. He was so bad last night. 48 points, 7 rebounds, and dropped off 11 dimes. Let me go to the phone line. Oh, hello. Y'all hanging up on me? Who is this? Hello. They hung up. Listen, don't come get none if you don't want none, because I got it today. I got time and I got phone lines today. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball review going to come in. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Western Conference Finals. Game 3 will be tonight at 8 o'clock, and CP3 is expected to play. Kawhi Leonard, not going to happen. All right, let me try this phone again. Hello, you live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Hey, Dre, how you feel, baby?
Man, with all my hands, bro. How you feel?
Oh, man, I'm feeling great, man. Excellent, man. It's a good day, man. It's a whole lot I want to rap about,
well,
man.
Rap about it. Come on, Rap a Lot Records. Come on, rap about it.
Okay. First of all, man, I need to make an announcement. If you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I want everybody to know that the greatest is a bisexual man. He loves females, and I just want the world to know that. Now, I'm waiting on all the tweets and all the praise for being a bisexual man that loves women. And I think the point that I'm trying to make, man.
Wait a minute, hold on, Greatest. Greatest. I can't let you go out like that, man. I can't do it. If you wasn't my brother, my guy, my man, my friend, my man, king, all of that, bro. I see you as all that. You do know that bisexual means that you love men and women.
Well, I love men as a brother, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because when you put the sexual part on, you say that.
Right.
That's all. I'm just saying. I wouldn't bother you if you weren't my guy. I would leave that out there and let the world decide. But I know that's not what you're trying to say. But go ahead, you finish your point.
Well, let me clean it up. I love females and only females. Nah, I love the fellas when we on the basketball court.
Yep.
When we playing some dominoes, when we playing cards, when we ranking on each other.
Yep.
But when it come down to my sexuality,
that ain't what you trying to do. I get it.
That's right.
I get it.
Let me clean that all the way up.
Yeah, and I wasn't gonna let it be out there messed up. I promise you, I was gonna fix that for you. I wasn't gonna leave you out there like that.
So my thing is, man. Okay, the football player. I admire the young man. If he feels good about letting the world know that, he a gay man. That's his business. But do we have to know all of that? I mean, just be who you are, man. And it's like everybody's sending him tweets and sending him this and sending him that. And I'm trying to figure out what did he do that was, no disrespect. What did he do that was so amazing?
Well, let me put it in perspective, Greatest, because we get the same kind of questions when we talk about the first black female athletic director in the SEC, young lady over at Vanderbilt. We talk about, the first black, female head coach in hockey, the young lady that got that designation. Right. So a lot of folks, why is that such a big deal? Whenever you've got the first to do it, it's a big deal. And hopefully after that, then it's just everyday news. It's just everyday occurrence. Well, so I know, and you and I have talked about this. Michael Sam was the first.
Thank you.
Michael Sam was the first, but then you know how some people want to qualify it. So this becomes the first in a particular category, whereas that was the first overall. So this young man is the first active player on an active roster who's actually played in an NFL game to come out as an openly gay man. Michael Sam announced it during the draft and was a 6th-round draft choice and never saw the field. And then he became the first openly gay man to be on a Canadian football team, but he never played it down in Canada. So, they've qualified it to put it as such. Stay right there, Greatest. Let me hit this spot real quick.
Yes, sir. America District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m. Give the people what they want.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
This is Irma J from Internal Revamp, and you're listening to AJ on the lunch break.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break. It's Throwback Thursday. Streaming live on KYOKradio.org. Streaming live on Facebook, on the Lunch Break Facebook page. on the KYOK radio station Facebook page, on YouTube at The Lunch Break with AJ, and on Twitter at Lunch Break KYOK. Let me go back to the greatest of all time. Greatest, I'm back with you, man. So that's the difference. He's the first man on an active football roster to announce his that he's openly gay.
And I know we live, in a different way. It really ain't different because, like what you gonna preach about Sunday, ain't no new thing under the sun. But my whole thing is, if everything is okay, if you want to be a certain way, how come you got to make an announcement about it? In other words, if it's okay, how come you got to let the world know I'm that way if everybody already? Well, you ain't got to do that, man. We love you anyway. You ain't got to do all that.
Well, greatest. That's the other thing about it. The announcement is not so much for those of us who are okay with it. The announcement was for plenty of other people who are not okay with it, and those who are struggling with letting other people know about their sexuality. There's a lot of young boys and young girls out there. There are a lot of young adults out there. There are a lot of men and women out there that are struggling with making that announcement. A lot of people have been shunned by their family. A lot of people have been physically attacked, some even killed. A lot of people have been ostracized by a society that says it's okay, but you got a lot of people out there that don't feel like it's okay. So the announcement wasn't so much for those of us who feel like it's okay. The announcement was for everybody else.
And when we had the Houston Comets here, I don't know if this the law or whatever, but I heard that's the real reason they got rid of the Comets basketball WNBA team, because a lot of that type of activity was going on out at the summit, wherever they was playing.
Yeah, well, let me just say this. Let me just say this, and I'm gonna call names on that one. If that's what Hilton Koch decided to do and why he got rid of that historic franchise, right, the first franchise to win not one, not two, not three, but four WNBA championships, then shame on him. Shame on him. If that's why he did such a piss poor job of managing, owning, and facilitating that historic franchise and literally allowed it to die before somebody else had the chance to go in and buy it, then shame on him. And I don't care one bit, and I'm Christian brothers and sisters, be mad at me for what I'm about to say. I don't care one bit about his faith or his God or his spiritual integrity. I don't care one bit about that. What I care about is that he made a decision that affected masses. And if that's why he made it, then shame on him.
Dre, I was in a conversation a few years ago at the barbershop when I had my natural. But, hey, man, okay, we had a conversation, and we were just naming some of the greatest NFL players that we admired growing up, some of the greatest NBA players, some of the greatest baseball players that we admired growing up. And that's when, the word came out about, a whole lot of people is living a different lifestyle than others. But we said, what if we found out such and such was gay? Would he still be our favorite football player, or would he still be our favorite basketball player or baseball player? And could we really say, if we found out our favorite football player of all time was gay, would that change the way we felt about him?
And what was your answer? What was the predominant answer?
I've evolved because I understand that there's none that can judge, because we all got quote unquote faults. But my thing is, if I found out my favorite football player was gay, I'd still love him.
Yeah. I'm going to walk a fine line after the break. Stay right there, Greatest. Let me get TD Blackshear and them on, and I'm going to walk a fine line to answer that question when we come back on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It's our Throwback Thursday on the show.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire, located at 3126 Tidwell between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand-washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Two radio stations in one.
Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
This is Jamie from Baytown listening to AJ on the lunch break.
All right, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It's our Throwback Thursday. We're streaming live on KYOKradio.org, and Great has got us on some real sensitive topics, and I don't mind it. You know, I don't shy away from any of that here on the show. Let me go ahead and state, you know, a lot of folks don't know, I am a pastor, senior pastor of my church. I won't say the name of it, not because I'm afraid to do that, but because that's not what we're here for. I have been a senior pastor for, my goodness, it's going to be 20 years next year, and I've been working in ministry for 27 years. So anyway, I say all that to say this. You got a lot of people that want to make certain parts of the Bible and their faith and their beliefs more important than other parts of the Bible, their religion, their Christianity, and their faith, especially when it comes to other people's lives. I'm not watching football to care about who that person is loving, sleeping with, and engaged with intimately. I'm watching football for the entertainment of the sport, baseball, basketball. And here's the fine line. A lot of folks did not care about the integrity of the man sitting in the highest office in the United States of America. His number of divorces didn't matter. His infidelities didn't matter. His integrity in office didn't matter. His speech, none of that mattered. But yet you've got people that then want to take that same kind of value system, core values, and hold other people's lives up against it that they don't like or that they don't care for. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm not the one to fall for that foolishness. I know better. I was born at night, not last night. You've got adulterers talking about homosexuality as if it is the one unforgivable sin. You've got fornicators talking about homosexuality as if it's the one unforgivable sin. You got liars, you got coveters, you got people who literally have stolen from their neighbors. You got folks that have broken not just the 10 commandments, but every other commandment after that. And yet they want you to believe that the worst thing in the world is homosexuality when the very book that they're reading literally says that is not the only, the one unforgivable sin. So I'm just not here for it. I don't care if it's my favorite player. I don't care if it's my least favorite player. I don't care if it's a coach. I don't care if it's an elected official. I just don't care. Why? Because I understand it differently than most folks who try to teach it and preach it.
Amen, brother. I shave, brother. Pass the collection basket now. Just read, Romans chapter 2, verse 1, or read Romans chapter 3. But okay, we can move from that. Okay, she's the newest sensation that's sweeping the nation, Shakira Richardson. Okay, I hear a lot of people making comments about her. The sister can fly. But Dre, they say there's no new thing under the sun. I remember being a little boy, my father used to talk about Wilma Rudolph.
Yeah.
I remember when me and you was coming up, it was Evelyn Ashford and, of course, FloJo.
Yeah.
Then after them, it was Gail Devers, it was Gwen Torrance, it was Jackie Joyner Kersey, and Valerie Briscoe Hooks. So Shakira Richardson, it's just her time to shine.
Absolutely.
Do you think that's a gold medal in Tokyo or what?
I think it's a real good shot. I think she's one of the odds-on favorites. I think with the motivation and, may her biological mother rest in power, right. the motivation of realizing that people sacrificed in such a way that she never imagined for her to have this opportunity. The way she ran up in those stands and grabbed her grandmother and wanted to lay on her grandmother's chest, didn't want to go back down there. And literally said, folks don't know what I've been through. Folks don't know what I've been through. It's hard for me to root against her, number one. But number two, the woman is fast. The woman is fast and talented. And just when you think she's about to lose, she finds that other gear that a lot of folks don't have. And she leaves a lot of people. She leaves more people behind her than have ever been in front of her.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And how could I forget my girl, Allison Felix? That's my girl.
Yeah. But let me. It was good to see her qualify in the 400. It was really good to see her qualify in the 4.
Yeah. Hopefully she can go out like Evelyn Ashford did, anchoring the leg of one of them relays, because I know this is probably going to be her last Olympic. But as far as Trae Young go, man, the guy, like you said, he loved being the villain. And I must say, Dre, when I first seen him at Oklahoma, my brother, the one that turned me on to me, said, you got to check out this kid, Trae Young. And I really didn't think he was going to do that well in the NBA because he's kind of small, but I'm pleasantly surprised. Do you think that Atlanta going to win that series, or do you think that's just one game?
It is just one game, but I also think Atlanta's going to win that series. I don't think they're going to sweep Milwaukee. I don't know if it's going to go 7-6-5, but I believe Atlanta is going to win that series. And, man, I'm like this. I don't know all about Trae Young, but I wouldn't bet against him. I sure would not, because he unlike other folks, doesn't crack under that pressure. He's not out there trying to be liked. He's not out there trying to be friends. Right. He's out there trying to win. And more often than not, he does that even when he doesn't play well. So that's that, bro. It's hard to go against a dude like that.
Yeah, he kind of reminded me of Sam Cassell. When Cassell used to play, he might have missed his first 8 shots, but he didn't get discouraged. He kept on shooting that rock, man.
Yeah. And the thing I like about him is he don't die by the 3. If that 3 ain't working, he'll take your behind to the rim. He'll get you in that paint and do some stuff to you there. I like a dude like that. I like that a lot.
Dre, I'm in on this. One thing that I've come to realize, that Zubac, he was not only posterized, he was memorialized. And I stole that poem from Dre just yesterday. Rumble, young man, rumble.
The greatest of all time. Appreciate you, bro. All right, let me go back to the phone lines. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Man, I don't even know if I even want to talk today. I don't want to come behind the greatest, and you guys are definitely on it. AJ the first man, and I try to give it to you as plain as I can give it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you as always. Ferdinand, Caller of the Year 2017. What say you?
And I'm gonna piggyback on greatest. What has happened, AJ, is we know sin is relevant, but what has been happening is they're trying to push that life, force that way of life, and try to make it that it's okay. Sin is never okay. I don't care what it is, but the thing about what greatest is talking about, they're trying to force that life and try to make that life be okay to the world, and it's not. And so I guess that's why that has been the biggest topic, AJ. I mean, for the last year or so, it's being that way, being lesbian or gay. No, that's not okay. But sin is not okay. And the reason why you hear so many people talk about that, because that's what's in the topic. Everywhere you look at it, I'm coming out. Now, I don't care who you are, what you want to do, you want to work, that's your business. Keep it to yourself. Because at the end of the day, when we all come before him, that life that they trying to push out there and make it okay, no. You're not going to explain it, and you're not going to tell him that that's okay, because it's not. And so that's why I think so many people talk about that subject, and I hate to bring it up because, I don't want to make one sin bigger than another sin, but that sin there is relevant and talked about daily. And you're trying to make it okay for the world. You're trying to make it okay for the children. It's not okay. I can't tell you, AJ, that I'm a better sinner than you. That sounds foolish. We're all sinners. So whatever sin we choose to pick, it's still left up on us, but we all need help. We all sick. We all have fallen short of the glory of God. And we just pray that one day, AJ, when he calls, we'll be ready. And I'll go to sports. And like I said, that's a sensitive subject for me. And the reason why I started looking at that life different, because you have to realize, AJ, when we was growing up, we were taught that, that was one of the worst thing you could ever be was gay. That's how we was taught. It's in our spirit. It's in our DNA as a man. So one thing, and I'll go to something else after this, AJ. I was given a revelation, and he told me that the same way you feel about them is the same way I feel about sin. I never gave it any other thought. I left it alone. I don't even like talking about being gay. The same way that we feel about them being gay is the same way that Christ feels about sin. So we can leave that alone. God bless you on that part. And we'll go to sports. What's some series we're having? We're truly having some basketball. I don't see a whole bunch of defense being played, but AJ, I mean, they're going to live and die by the three, so that's what we'll have to watch and see. I'm glad CP3, man, is coming back because, AJ, I really would love to see a man who's persevered through all his critics and be where he's at today. I think he's really led, been a good leader, as a basketball guy, man, and he's doing it. He's got COVID, but I mean, thank God that, it's always another day. And I really, applaud and we'll be praying for Chris Paul, man, to really, get his flowers while he's still yet around. He really helped that team come around again, man. We can see it. I just hate, AJ, and I'll give it back to you. We get people here in Houston, man, that are great. And some people have run them off, but we could very well have championships if they would just, not let one player run the show. And we'd be fond of one player, but when you could come together as a team and see the talent that has come through here, man, AJ, when they leave here, they become champions. So, man, I don't know. Maybe you can explain it to me, but I don't get the Houston sport.
Yeah, and from what I'm hearing from other journalists and my colleagues in other places, they feel the same way. Valencia said when I had her on the show last week that, she feels the same way about former Dallas Mavericks players, that when they go other places, they seem to gel, play better, and end up on championship teams. I know I was on a show out of Louisiana today, and they were talking about former Pelican players that are competing for the championship right now. And, again, it's one of those things. Sometimes good players are in a bad fit in the wrong town. And it's not that they're a bad player. They just bad fit. Coaches use players differently. Chemistry, players don't get along. I think James Harden was the reason why Dwight Howard left. He was definitely the reason why Chris Paul left. And he certainly was the reason why Russell Westbrook wasn't here. So I just, all those things go into account. I'm just happy for the players. I got my favorite teams. I'm a Rockets fan. I'm a Cincinnati Bengal fan. I'm a New Orleans Saints fan. And for all the people out there that feel like you can only have one team, that's just dumb. It's no rule that says that. And, grow up. But anyway, but I'm more of a fan of the players. I identify more with the players. And when the players get themselves in a better situation than what they were in before, then I'm happy for them. And I'm so happy for Chris Paul, right now that I can't even see straight. I'm happy for Clint Capella. I'm happy for PJ Tucker. I was happy for Harden. When he got there, everybody said he couldn't do what he went up there and did. Folks said that about Carmelo Anthony. He ain't going to be coming off the bench and he doesn't know how to play well in the row. Carmelo Anthony went over there to Portland and is doing exactly what I believed he could do here if he, had been given a fair chance. So I'm happy for them cats, man. And I'm interested to see how these series plays out because I would love to see Atlanta and Phoenix, and I won't be mad at whoever wins a championship, whether it be Capella, whether it be Chris Paul. I got love for both of them.
Yeah, AJ, I'm going to be very brief with you. The talent sometimes that are on certain teams, we need more opportunity to be able to be coaches. Certain coaches can really bring up the talent that are on the teams. Some people coach players, some people coach talent. It's a difference. So I just think that we have more opportunities where we can be head coaches and we can really bring some championships to some of these teams. But we have to have the opportunity. I don't see how that the Rockets had that much talent and couldn't get a championship. But sometimes leadership is key. Sometimes we have to be out in the forefront because when we're assistant coaches and point guard coaches and stuff like that, we can't give really the input that we need to put certain chemistries in perspective. We're just on a team. But if they give us the right opportunities, AJ, man, we can bring a whole bunch of championships, man.
Well, and I've said it before, championship mentality starts at the top. Championship mentality starts at the top. And yeah, the Rockets won 2 championships back in the day, 94, 95, but they haven't had that championship mentality or players in a long time. I'm not saying Tillman Fertitta will never win a championship, but I am saying that he's got to change his mentality. And Rafael Stone and, all the powers that be. I guess little Fertitta is running the basketball operations. He don't know nothing about that, but hey, we'll see. He's got to get that championship mentality. You got organizations that know how to take what they have and win chips. Rockets haven't proven to be one of them yet. We'll see.
All right. I ain't going to hold you, AJ, man. It's been a pleasure. And have a good one.
All right. You too.
Yes, sir.
All right. I appreciate Ferdinand calling in. In fact, I didn't say anything in the first part of his call because that's what I believe. I don't have to agree with you. I don't have to agree with every vowel or syllable. Everybody's entitled to their own belief, faith, opinion, what have you. My whole thing is to just be respectful. And Ferdinand is always respectful. Todd is always respectful. Different people that call in, they're always respectful. So for some of my first-time listeners and first-time callers, you don't have to agree with me. I don't have to agree with you. Your opinion is just that. Your opinion, mine is mine. It's not ours. But we gotta be respectful, and I'll respect you. You respect me, and it'll be a good show for everybody. So, but I agree with him on the it seems like, man, these Rockets come and they play together and they get so far in the playoffs, and then they come up short. But then they go to other places, and they are the perfect fit for that team, and then they end up being a part of championship. And not just the Rockets, but Texans players have done it. Astros players have done it. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So, Valencia has put up a couple. Jay Crowder, former Maverick, made the game-winning pass for the Suns to win, with less than a second to go on the clock. She's absolutely right. JaVale McGee, former Maverick, now a two-time NBA champ. And lest we forget Robert Ory. He didn't win all 7 of those chips here in Houston. Didn't win all of them. Campaign played for the Mavericks in the G League, now killing it in Phoenix. Yeah, he is. Yogi Ferrell, former Maverick, currently on the LA Clippers. Not getting much time on the court, but still, you're right. She's right. She's absolutely right. She's like, okay, I'm done now. You ain't got to be done. You ain't got to be done. That was my point. There are other people that feel the same way about their respective teams. So let me go to the phone line. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
AJ, it's Todd.
Hey, Todd.
What's up?
Man, what's up? You heard me call your name? Todd?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? I'm sorry, I have my mic off. Did you hear me call your name?
Yeah, a little bit ago.
Yeah, I did.
So okay, so let's talk. Can you hear me?
Yeah, my phone is ringing or something. Hold on a second.
Hold on. All right, that's better now. Okay.
All right.
So,
okay, hold please.
so the point of so Valencia's key point, was she saying that these other players were better off on these other teams like Jay Crowder and some of these other guys?
No. I don't think it's a matter of better off. I think it's that they played in Dallas, and and now they're in other places, and they're playing for the chance to play for a chip. I don't think she was specifically saying that they're better off. I don't think Ferdinand is saying that. I think we're all saying we had this same talent on our respective teams and did get the same results, and now they're elsewhere and they're playing on higher level opportunities than what they did when they were in Dallas or in Houston.
Yeah, so that's I think that more speaks, in my opinion, when I see guys like PJ Tucker on the Bucks, the Eastern Conference Finals, when I see Jay Crowder's been on a lot of teams, I think like 7 NBA teams. I don't think it speaks, and I'm not saying Valencia is saying this, I don't think it speaks bad upon the Rockets or the Mavs. I think it speaks more of just how hard it is to get that far and how you got to have that perfect storm of everything kind of falling in place, to kind of make it happen. Because I think if you look back at the spots they were on at that time, I think they were good spots. Like, PJ had a good role with the Rockets. They had some good playoff runs. They just happened to keep running into the Warriors. You know what I mean?
Even when the Warriors weren't vaunted, they ran into the Warriors and got beat by the Warriors subs. So you're right. Yep. That Warrior team was their kryptonite.
I mean, so those guys are good role players. Like PJ Tucker's got a good role he's carved out in the NBA. Jay Crowder, same way. Jay Crowder's carved out a good role. Jay Crowder was in the finals last year. With the Heat, Cameron Payne. I remember going to a G League game that he was in, and I remember looking at the roster. I think I told you this before. I look at the roster. I didn't recognize anybody's name on there but his, because I remember he used to be on Oklahoma City Thunder for a couple of years. So the fact that he went from that G League game that was really depressing, to go to the big show, right? You on the big stage and go to that. And then him able to make it back from the G League all the way back to the NBA and getting some good minutes, that's hard to do, because I think a lot of those guys get to the G League. Most of those guys, AJ, I don't know if you've ever been in one of the G League games. Most of those guys will never play in the NBA.
I've never been to a G League game. I was able to catch some of them on a little hookup that I had, but I've never physically been to a G League game.
No, you're not missing much. Like I said, I remember sitting there for like 10 minutes. I was like, man, I'm watching Cameron Payne warm up. And I was like, man, this has got to be hard. It'd be like being in Major League Baseball, right? You've been climbing your way through the minor leagues. You get your chance. You kind of hang around maybe on the Astros for a couple of years. Then they send you back. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You're back. You're back playing in front of 0 crowds, taking long bus rides, And I give that dude a lot of credit. He stayed with it. Like I said, there may have been 150 people at the game I was at.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember watching him because it fascinated me that I was like, hey, this guy is still sticking with it.
Yeah.
And I remember when he cashed on with the Suns, I was like, man, I hope that dude makes it, because to go from that back to the G League, and then it's rare you get another call like that to come back up, and he actually, made the most of it, which may springboard him and getting a contract from somebody else. But I think the role players, guys were talking about the role players, right?
Yeah.
PJ, Payne,
Yep.
Crowder.
Yep.
I think all those guys you've got to have on championship teams to eventually win it, right?
Yeah.
So I think they just happened to land in really good spots on teams that were really, really close, to winning the title. And I think the Suns are right there. The the Bucks, I think they'll bounce back. I know they lost last night, but I think the Bucks will beat the Hawks. I think the Bucks, AJ, that 7-game series took a lot out of them from the Nets, and it's going to take them. Not saying the Sixers series didn't take a lot out of the Hawks, but I think it was going to take them a game to kind of get back in and give the Hawks credit for getting that game one, because that was the game to get if you were going to beat the Bucks at home.
So let me ask you a question, Todd. Did they give you a burner phone?
No.
The witness protection program didn't give you a burner phone?
No.
Because whatever you got, I need you to keep it on, because the Bucks ain't beating the Hawks. I'm not saying that the Hawks are going to sweep them. I'm not saying they're going to beat them in 5. Might beat them in 6. Might beat them in 7. But I'm just saying, when this is all said and done, barring any unforeseen injury to a dude named Trae Young, I believe that the Atlanta Hawks just have that something else, man. It's not anything that you can quantify. It doesn't fit in any stat category. These guys just find a way to bounce back from their worst performances, and they find a way to do enough to stay in a game and give themselves a chance to win. And I like it, bro. It's refreshing to me. Somebody on the NBA network, I was driving in the other day, said, well, the great teams of the Lakers and the Celtics and the Pistons and the Warriors, they don't have to worry about their greatness with whoever wins the championship this year. Bro, that don't mean, like, that was a stat that somebody gave you so that they could, justify their job. That don't mean nothing to anyone who's ever won a championship. It's fun to talk about where they rank against the greatest. I promise you, whoever wins it this year is not going to say, yeah, but we weren't one of the greatest teams of all time. The Hawks, if they win it, they're going to be happy. The Suns, if they win it, they're going to be happy. The Clippers and the Bucks will be happy. So I'm just saying, man, Atlanta has something going on right now that you just don't see often, and you really don't know how to explain.
So I'm going to steal one of your lines. You said for years in the playoffs, and I got a follow-up to it. It's only one game.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
My follow-up to that is Bucks and 6. This is what's going to happen. The Bucks are going to get game 2.
Where my pen?
Okay?
Where my pen? Go ahead. Keep talking.
Win. Yeah, the Bucks are going to get game 2.
Bucks game 2. Go ahead.
They're going to go to Atlanta and get game. You know what? Hey, let me go with this, AJ.
All right.
The Bucks are going to get game 2, 3, and 4. They're going to lose. You know what? I'm going to say Bucks and 5. Wow. So Bucks and 5 or 6. So they're going to win game 2. They may split in Atlanta. They'll come back home and get game 5, and they'll close them out in 6.
Okay, I got it written down, bro. I got it written down. And when you sneak out and get your Slim Jims and your Frescas, just find a payphone and call me so I can yell in your ear. I just want to be able to do that. And then you get back inside safe and let them people protect you, because Todd, that ain't what's going to happen, bro. That is not.
No, here's why. The Bucks don't have Ben Simmons that's going to let them back into the game.
Okay.
The Bucks aren't going to have epic collapses.
Okay.
Throughout the series.
Okay.
So that's the difference. The Bucks have way more firepower, throughout the length of the series that the Sixers couldn't maintain through a whole course of the game.
Okay.
Listen, I like Trae Young.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Trae Young fan, but I'll give him credit. He's a good player. But they're not ready yet, AJ.
Okay.
Listen, you know the game just as good as I do.
Yeah.
Veteran teams win championships.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not the Hawks.
Yeah.
That's the Hawks. They got a bunch of young cats.
Bunch of them.
Yeah, bunch of them.
Yeah.
Trey, Collins, what's the white dude's name? Huerta, something like that. He can play.
Yeah.
My game was kind of like his growing up.
Yeah.
But no, Bucks and 6. See, this is what we do in the playoffs, and I'm guilty as well. We read too much into one game. Like, I'll give you an example.
Right.
So the Clippers are down 2-0. I let everybody writing the Clippers off. I think once the Clippers come home, they're going to win game 3 and 4. They're going to tie it up. And I think the Clippers got a real good shot to get that game 5. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't sound like a long series when you got them 7 games, but and I think the going back to the Bucks, they're too big. I think they're too big for them. Giannis will be too much over the course of time. You know, but it should be fun. It definitely says about the Hawks. They're extremely entertaining to watch.
Okay. All right. Well, keep watching them. Keep watching them. Okay.
So what we got tonight? The Suns and the Clippers?
Suns and the Clippers, game 3. CP3 back, Kawhi Leonard not.
Man, I tell you what, man, if they have Kawhi Leonard, I tell you what, I got to give Ty Lue credit because I haven't given Ty Lue much credit when he was with the Cavs. He's got those dudes playing really, really hard. And I think there was a stat I heard the other day of like the games they've lost in the playoffs. It's been of a margin of like 5 points or less. Okay. You know, so if they do lose, I mean, you're going to have to wrestle it away from them because they don't get blown out.
Okay. So what you saying? What you saying for tonight? No, I don't need to see what's happening. Tell me who's gonna win tonight.
Oh, Clippers. Clippers got Clippers by 10 or more.
Okay, Todd. All right, I got another call holding, so let me get Sybil Wilkes on and get to that call. But bro, I sure appreciate you, man.
All right, I'll call in tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to see because I got to talk to you, Todd. All right, brother. We'll talk to you soon, man.
All right. See you.
All right. Hello, you're live. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this? I'm sorry. Whoever just called was on hold for a long time. Call back. Got to have you back. All right, let me get Sybil Wilkes on with what you need to know today on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. It's Throwback Thursday. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, going to be on the team. Valencia talking about your face is priceless right now. I kind of miss those masks. I wear that shield where people can see my face, and I kind of miss that mask where my face is covered up and all you can see is my eyes, and you got to tell what I'm thinking behind my eyes. Man, my face, I can't play grown-up card games for no money. I can't. I might as well just give everybody my money because, baby, when I ain't got it, I'm going to look like it. And when I do have it, my face is going to be like, yeah, bruh. Yeah, bruh. Anyway, let me get Sybil Wilkes on here right now on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Amid bipartisan calls to visit the U.S.-Mexico border, the White House announced Wednesday that Vice President Kamala Harris will travel tomorrow to the border city of El Paso, Texas. The Biden administration has faced bipartisan criticism for its handling of the influx of migrants. The Harris trip will take place before next week's scheduled border trip by Donald Trump. Violent crime is on the rise, sparking alarm among lawmakers and police chiefs nationwide. Wednesday, the president outlined several actions that his administration is taking to curtail the surge in violent crime and gun violence ahead of a summer that experts worry could be deadly. Efforts include tougher enforcement policies for federal gun control laws and new public investments in social services, mental health, and community violence intervention. Join Black Voters Matter this week on the blackest bus in America for a freedom ride for voting rights. Visit blackvotersmatter.com for a list of cities and dates. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Be informed, be empowered.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Jonathan McReynolds, and I'm glad that you made room for the legendary KYOK, the lunch break.
All right, y'all. We're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Throwback Thursday, and I got to tell you, I've been remiss. I haven't been getting these birthdays in like I'm supposed to. So let me see if I can't get some of them in real quick. Let me get some of them in real quick. I got folks that were like, man, I sent my baby birthday early in the week, and you didn't say my birthday. Okay. So let's see. Let me try and get these. Let me see. Wait, where we at? Okay, hold on. All right. Happy birthday, Cynthia Casario. Candace Jackson. She like my little goddaughter niece. She's 34 today. Candace, I didn't know you was 34. Just getting too grown. Nathan Roof celebrating a birthday. Wanda Melton. Albert Wright. Teresa Williams, 54 today. Happy birthday, Teresa. Mary Williams is 41. Taniqua Gray is 41. Lavelle Nero celebrating his birthday with Rachelle Johnson. Also Rodney Young. Carolyn Kendrick Jenkins. Nobody better not say nothing about Miss Jenkins. Nobody better not say nothing about Miss Jenkins. Happy birthday, Carolyn. Gina Dorada celebrating her birthday. She and I were in seminary together yesterday. Mona Cooper West. Okay, so let me tell this true story. Mona West was the young lady that agreed to go to the homecoming with me after my original date decided not to go with me because I was going to wear a red and white checkered zoot suit that I wore during Spirit Week. I decided I wanted to wear that suit to the dance, and my date said she wasn't going with me if I wore that suit, and Mona West decided to go with me, so I didn't have to go by myself. So Mona West, happy birthday to you, my friend. Patrice Strong, happy birthday. Ernest Walker from KTSU 90.9, The Source. No, I don't think they're The Source. What are they? The Choice. That's it. Ernie Walker, happy birthday to you. Felicia Ledette, happy birthday. Trey Hubbard, Chandrell Shoney. She's one of our longtime members at the church. Annie Carter, celebrating her birthday yesterday. And also with Nikki Woods. Nikki Woods used to be on the Tom Joyner Morning Show. Good friend of mine. Kirk Paul, Kim Frazier, KK Williams, Tanisha Davis, Kamisha Hall, Diane Thomas, Janae Anderson, and Chandra Dickerson all celebrated birthdays this week. Also, got to say happy belated birthday to Andrea Joyce. She turned 4 years old. Happy birthday to her and anybody else that had a birthday that I missed. You know what we finna do. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, go shawty, it's your birthday. Ooh, it's your birthday. Go shawty, it's your birthday. Today's your day. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish.
All right, y'all. Again, happy birthday to all of you. If I missed your birthday earlier this week, you can go ahead and call me today. I'll redo them, I promise. And then if you got a birthday coming up tomorrow or Friday, well, tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow or the weekend, get them to me now. 281-453-1000. 281-453-1000. Again, happy birthday to some. Happy belated birthday to others. And we appreciate you. I'm going to do better. My producer was like, yo, what's up with the birthdays? How'd you miss the birthdays? Do I need to remind you about the birthdays? Like, dude, I got stuff to do. All right, anyway, let me hit the top of the hour right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
His glory.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
Walk out on that field today. Ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. We ready. We ready. We ready. We ready. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up your chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. They can be hits just like this. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. You had to work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
All right, dog. It's first hour on the books, second hour underway here on the legendary KYOK. It is our Throwback Thursday. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, going to join me in just a little bit. But you know, I didn't get a chance to get to the breaking news as I came on. But what is going on there? Rick Carlisle, Valencia King. Rick Carlisle is going to the Indiana Pacers. And I don't know, call me crazy, but I feel like Indiana is going to be better for them having Rick Carlisle than that joker that they tried to replace Nate McMillan with. I just do. I really feel like the Indiana Pacers have finally gotten the right person. And we'll see. Hold on, y'all. I gotta hit something because it's taking too many times to open up, and I need it open. Anyway, I think Indiana's gonna be better. I think they got the right dude. I think they had the right person in Nate McMillan. And you know how some ownership teams get impatient and what have you. Nate McMillan's not picking his own players. You know, they give him a bunch of stuff. You know, you lose Paul George. You lose some of the other players that they lost, and, you know, you're trying to make it work with what they had. I think Carlisle will be a good fit there. I think that will be a good change for him moving away from Mark Cuban. I'd love to get Valencia. I'd love to get your thoughts on it. But, again, Rick Carlisle heading up to Indiana. And then Udoka is the new coach for the Boston Celtics. That one's going to be interesting for me, not because of Udoka. That one's interesting to me because of your boy in the front office, Mr. I'm running everything now, Brad Stevens. Is he going to give enough time to fix what this man himself broke, and what Ainge broke, and what Ainge didn't do? And oh yeah, by the way, Brad Stevens is Danny Ainge now, so you got to give Udoka what he needs to be successful. You got rid of his point guard. Who's going to run the point now? You brought back Al Horford. Al Horford's 279 years old. Valencia said, I like Rick in Indiana. What I don't like is him endorsing Jason Kidd over Jamal Mosley. Yeah. Yeah. I feel you on that. So some of these coaching assignments are going to be interesting. From what I understand, Becky Hammon is a legitimate finalist for the Portland job. All right, we'll see. You know, again, this doesn't need to be one of those feel-good things. Oh, well, she was a finalist. Yeah, okay. So what? She didn't get the job. She could have. All you had to do was hire her. You know, same thing with Brad Stevens and Don Staley or Carol Lawson. You know, they were right there. Same number that you used to call Udoka. And I'm happy for him. Please don't get it twisted. I'm real happy for him. But, you know, I'm just saying. Let me hit this young man's music. I know he didn't come on my show with that hat on. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Kris Gardner.
Yes, sir. What it do, baby?
when the stadium announcer, the arena announcer says, and all the way from Arizona State, James Harden, and then the other team score, Kris Gardner.
like my lid, I had to dust it off. Literally, I had to dust it off.
Your head should be burning right around your forehead, bro.
Oh, yeah. Detroit basketball. I got one more cap to wear for you too, and after the next break, I'll bust it out for you as well.
Really?
So yeah.
This how we doing it? Oh, let me slide over so I'm centered in my shot.
You got the banner all over me. I was gonna wear my Grant Hill jersey with Pistons on it as well.
Yeah,
so,
I'm so glad my guy did my overlay. And it's covering up all your stuff.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'll make that work too. Don't worry about that. But I do want to talk to you about overlay, so I can do that for my stream and stuff with Andy and Will. So we'll get that working on for future shows.
Yeah. So
how you doing, brother?
Yeah.
Will tuned in. Not the hat. Yes, sir.
I shared with people our personal text message. I said, Kris Gardner said, Detroit basketball. And I said, yeah, whatever. LOL. So who's the second best player after Cunningham? Is there a chance that y'all would not take Cade Cunningham? Is there a chance that doesn't happen?
There's a chance. I think it's slim and possibly none. None might have left town. But yeah, I think there's a chance, sure. Based on teams' offers, trade proposals, anything's possible. I think it's unlikely that they don't pick Cade Cunningham, but sure, there's a chance.
Yeah. I see them taking Cade Cunningham. I see Dwayne Casey saying, "Listen, if we don't get Cade, I'm out of here." Like, I just really think you got a chance to get a transformational player, and I see them adding that to that young roster that they've got with a lot of potential, and it makes what Casey said come to life, man. Get us now. You beat up on us now, because
that's correct. Right.
Yeah.
I mentioned that too when I heard he said that March or so of this season.
Mm-hmm.
And let me say this: Cade Cunningham is talented. He ain't LeBron. Okay, he ain't that level. Okay, he's not like that.
Yeah,
but he's darn good. Okay,
yeah.
So, and he is worthy of the top pick in the draft. But some folks, and I'm not downplaying him or any of the other players in this draft. There's no LeBron in this draft. Okay,
yeah.
There's a lot of talented young men in this draft.
Yeah,
but there is no LeBron James. Okay, there's this generational stuff. Stop tossing it out there. Don't make it just passe.
Yeah, and I hope I didn't say generational, because
you said I know what you said. I agree with it, but but some folks I just read before I came on here, about generational, and come on, those are fans, obviously,
right.
But even some folks in media, I'm like, no, there's nobody like that in this draft. No.
Yeah. No, there are players that are good at their skill set in their positions that can transform your team, and that's why I was specific and transformational. I believe that I said all the time, there are guys who play point guard, and then there are true point guards. And from what I've seen from Cade Cunningham, man, that dude can change some things up on that level. I have been checking out more of Evan Mobley, and I kind of like what I see. I forgot how well he played in the tournament and what all he got done. Now, again, I see a lot of folks likening him to Anthony Davis. That's high praise for a rookie coming out of how many years in college?
Just one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My thing with Evan Mobley for the Rockets is he and Christian Wood are both slender fellas.
Right.
And I'm not sure if either one of them will be able to put on weight as they get older.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little bit stronger, but I'm concerned about the weight and the strength and banging with bigger dudes. I like Evan Mobley's game. I just wonder if he and Christian Wood complement each other. That's why I texted you about Jalen Green. Jalen Green, he's gonna score. He's gonna get hit.
Yeah.
You put him next to Kevin Porter Jr., your backcourt for the future could be set for years.
Yeah.
You know? And so I could see it. And, you know, Rafael Stone said it as he should, like any GM worth his or her salt should say right now. He said it in the media session after the lottery Tuesday. He's open to any possibility. He's open to trade proposals. He's open to anything that will, in their eyes, will improve the Rockets. So if a team blows them away with a trade offer, then they would be foolish not to consider it.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're going to do their diligence. You know, the question I asked him was how many people they're going to bring in, how many players are going to bring in for evaluation. He said between 40 and 60.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So they have 3 picks, but they're bringing in 40 to 60 players. And he said that's a typical number, regardless of how many draft picks they have. So that gives you an idea, give me an idea, media fans as well, an idea of the preparation that they are going to do, that they do for the draft.
Yeah. Kris, stay right there. We got a quick break we're going to take. We'll come back with Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball review on the lunch break, Throwback Thursday. You know, y'all like to ask me questions for Kris. Why don't y'all call in or text in your questions for me? I've got it right here, 281-453-1000. That's 281-453-1000. Or you can call or you can text 832-403-5005. It's the lunch break, Throwback Thursday on the legendary KYOK.
Hello, this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of the Communication Workers of America District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m.
Give the people what they want.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
What's up, everybody? This is Jonathan Nelson, and you're listening to The Lunch Break with AJ.
All right, appreciate you, Jonathan Nelson, with your singing, worship, and self. All right, we're back on the show. It is our Throwback Thursday. I got Mr. Kris Gardner. He's back. Houston Roundball review. Got his Detroit hat on. You ain't got no Detroit jersey on, do you?
Not yet.
I think I can shrink and make this even smaller, so we'll have to see none of that. There you go.
Oh, yeah, make it bigger. It's all good. Make it bigger. It's all good. I got something for you after the next break, though. Next break is going to be on. Don't worry about it.
I'm scared. I'm scared. So, you know, we're talking about the draft and what the Rockets may do and how they, you know, you said they're going to bring in 40 to how many players? 40 to what?
60. 40 to 60.
40, I thought that's what you said. And again, that is good information for the listeners who think that, you know, they blow these things. Oh, yeah, they didn't pick that. Man, they evaluate all kinds of talent. They evaluate all kinds from the top to the bottom. And you're right. They do have 3 first-round picks available to them, whether they, you know, trade a couple of those away, one of those away, or keep all 3. You know, they're going to do their due diligence on the talent and what's best for this organization. You cover them like anybody. What's best for them in your opinion? I said the same thing about Evan Mobley. You know, you got him, you got Christian Wood, you got, you know, Kelly Olynyk if they bring Kelly back. You know, you've got bigs, but you don't really have a whole lot of size. Kelly's a little bigger, but Christian and Evan would not be. You know, how do you play all of that and get the most out of that same skill set? So in your opinion, you know, having covered the team, what do you think the Rockets need to make sure that they fill or do?
That's the first question that needs to be addressed. And, you know, what Rafael said, Coach Silas will be joining him, should be there, I guess, today in Chicago at the NBA Draft Combine so they can look at talent there and begin, you know, interviews, you know, face-to-face, in-person interviews. I'm not sure what they really should do because they're still got old heads like Eric Gordon and John Wall in those contracts. If they select I don't believe they're going to select and keep all 3 first-round picks. Let me say that first. I do believe they're going to trade at least one of the 20s, 23rd or 24th pick, at least one, if not both. But see, if they do that, then that's an indication of them trying to speed up the process and get back to the playoffs and almost like a quick fix kind of solution. And I don't believe this franchise should do that. I think they need to build with the younger people. And, my colleague, and you know him as well, Kelly Iko with The Athletic, when I interviewed him, my conversation with him, he touched on it. He does not believe the Rockets should bring back Kelly Olynyk. And his reasoning was because of Kelly's age and the money he's going to want as a free agent. His age does not meet the Rockets' timetable.
Okay.
Kelly Iko, he's of the mindset that the Rockets won't be great again for another 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
And that's where I am. I'm on that timeline. Tillman Fertitta said, 2 months ago or so, right about toward the end of the season, he was agreeable to that, agreeable to building for the long term. I wonder if he'll stick with that, because Tillman is aggressive. He's an aggressive businessman, all those things help him to get to where he is business-wise. But basketball-wise, I think this team needs to continue developing its younger players.
Mm-hmm.
So if they do draft Evan Mobley, don't expect him to set the world on fire in November.
Yeah.
Don't start him. Sign a vet who could play that at the 4 spot, decide, because I still believe Christian Wood's best position is at the 4.
I do too. That's why I was
the 5.
Right. That's why I was concerned. If you bring in Mobley, do you make him the 5 and Wood the 4? I like Wood at the 4. I really do.
Which is different than Coach Silas. He believes Christian's a 5.
He's a 5.
I don't agree with that. That's he's a coach. I'm not. I'm media.
Right.
But Evan, I think Evan and C Wood could play together and be impactful, but not this year. And I don't think it would matter. I think they could be interchangeable. I think Evan Mobley may have quicker feet than Christian Wood. I think Evan could be a better defender at the 4 against quicker big men and even some smaller big men. Christian Wood did a good job. I think Evan can do it better defending on the perimeter and be more consistent at it than Christian did. Yeah. But that's why I think they're going to go. I think they should go with Jalen Green.
Yeah.
To get points.
I want to get to him in just a second. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. Let me take a quick break. We'll get that out of the way, and that way we'll just have unfettered time to kind of break down Jalen Green as well as the other young man out of Gonzaga, Jalen
Suggs.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll be right back right after this. Houston Roundball Review, Kris Gardner joining us here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK, 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand-washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. 2 radio stations in one.
Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
This is Lakeisha, and you're listening to The Lunch Break on KYOK.
All right, y'all. We're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Throwback Thursday. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. Joining me on the show, Valencia King said he came back with a different hat.
That's right, V. That's right.
Hey, Kris.
That's right.
Hey, Kris.
I've been a fan since 1986.
You deserve this, bro. You deserve
1986. First time the franchise has moved up in the lottery ever. Period.
You deserve every bit of this, man. I was talking about Detroit the other day. You weren't on. I was talking about how the Detroit Pistons didn't have a lot of big names on the squad, but they took down the Lakers and won that championship. And I was kind of likening them to the Atlanta Hawks. I know Rip Hamilton was on that team. Who else was on that team?
Chauncey Billups, Ben Wallace, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace.
Yep, ball don't lie. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mike James.
And those became household names, but man, they were the underrated team for a lot of reasons as far as star quality and all that went when you're up against the Lakers. And all they did was go out there and just snatch that title. They took that thing.
Yep. It was a grind through the Eastern Conference playoffs to get to the finals, but once they got there, they manhandled the Lakers.
They really did.
They really did. They manhandled them. The games weren't close. That was the first time I really heard the term gentleman sweep, because the game they lost, they really kind of gave away. But they won it in 4 games to 1, and most of those games were not close.
Yeah, yeah. So, when I hear people talk about Atlanta doesn't have this and Milwaukee's going to be too strong for that and what have you, I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm not saying it's exactly the same, but this is why they play the games. Everybody said that Detroit didn't have a chance against Kobe and Shaq and them, Kobe rest in power, but they went in there and they didn't play scared, and they went in there and they took that championship.
And I think the Hawks are feeding off of Trae Young and his confidence and his swagger. Yeah. Nate McMillan, of course, the head coach, and what his stability and his X's and O's, because we kind of too many people in media do not give coaches that look like me and you, acumen and credit for the X's and O's skills.
Right.
It's more of they're a friend of the player, or they're this, that, and the other, instead of they're great coaches and good at drawing up plays. So the Hawks surprised me last night, and at some point, I'm gonna put it out there in the universe right now. At some point, hopefully my queen will agree to an interview and we can talk about her love of ATL and talk about the Hawks, because she is riding with the team right now. She's enjoying this truly.
Yeah.
And she believed a long time ago. So the Hawks are winning. They're doing what it takes to win, despite Bogdanovich not being healthy. Kevin Huerter is playing great. Trae Young is doing what Trae Young has done the whole playoffs. 30 plus 7 or 8 times these playoffs right now. But I gotta say this to the Bucks. Did y'all not prepare how you're going to defend Trae Young? Did y'all not decide, okay, we're going to trap him, we're going to switch on? Did you not know that Brook Lopez would be a liability in the pick and roll with Trae Young and Clint Capella? I mean, did y'all not prepare for this at all? Why is Brook Lopez standing in the paint on pick and roll, hot pick and roll? What is the point of that? I mean, this is not new. Trae Young has been doing this the whole playoffs. So I don't know. Give the Hawks credit. Like I said, a team wins and a team loses.
Right.
There's reasons for both.
Right.
So the Bucks did what the Bucks have done these playoffs, and this made me scratch my head. What were y'all doing? How could you do not know what to defend? They went under the pick and roll a whole lot, and Trae Young missed a lot of threes, but they were open. Some of those threes were too deep. I mean, okay, Trae, you asked Trae and all, but still, you gave the Bucks life because of some of those 3 points you jacked up toward the end of the game. But he got to the paint when he did whatever he wanted to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, how are you going to defend this man? Y'all need to come up with a game plan and stick with it. So, but that's it.
Let me ask you this: is it a case where you practice something, but you don't have Trey Young actually running it, so you don't get a real glimpse of the speed of I'm sorry, I just opened up something on the air. David Zirin, who's been on the show, just sent me his book. And I told David I had to have this, and I want him on the show to come and talk about it. But man, this gonna be good reading right here, man. I'm breaking this thing down, and I'm getting in it. I'm getting in it. But anyway, I digress. So you don't have Trey Young running those sets for you. You got somebody pretending to be Trey, and it's not the same look because can't nobody else do what Trey does but Trey.
That's true.
I'm really kind of trying to give them the benefit of the doubt because I'm with you. It didn't look like they were ready for what they should have been ready for.
And and that's my thing, because Brook Lopez is a rim protector.
Yeah.
In that sense, in the NBA sense, he is an old school big. He doesn't like to get out there and defend guards and defend on the perimeter. We all know that.
Yeah.
The Hawks know that. That shouldn't have to do. It has nothing to do in practice with who is being Trey Young in practice.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put Brook Lopez in that situation.
Right.
Don't have him involved in those high screens.
Can't do it.
He can't do it.
Right.
He just stayed there in the paint. Why? That was pointless. Because okay, Trey's gonna get by the man sent the pick, he'll get by him. Then he's got 10 feet of space. Okay, let's shoot floaters all day. Floater. Okay, do something else. Toward the end of the game, he was on the bench, and then they put PJ and Connaughton. They decided to defend him differently in the fourth quarter. It took you 36 minutes to realize how to do that?
Yeah.
You lost the game because of that.
I'll go back to what I said with Willie on the show. Was it yesterday or Tuesday? I feel bad kind of saying this, but I don't really care today. They done got me fired up about a couple different things. It's sometimes with Budenholzer don't seem like the smartest dude in the building. Like we've seen him, make it as hard as it possibly could be for his team and not make adjustments quickly to the point where Charles Barkley said they're dumb. And Kenny Smith say they are playing as dumb as they could possibly play. And we see more evidence of it from last night. That you mean to tell me it took you that long to figure out this is not going to work? Well, now you playing catch up, or now you've made this game harder than it needed to be.
And I agree with that. And I'm coming from the perspective of I think the Bucks have better talent overall than the Hawks.
I agree with that. I can agree with that.
So based on that, the Bucks should win this series, but they need to play like they're the better team. If they don't, then the Hawks will be, okay, fine. We're going to the finals. Right. We'll take it. Thank you very much for you playing that way. Allow Ice Trae to do whatever he wants to do. We'll get these 4 dubs to go into the finals and see y'all next year.
Well, and that was my point to Todd. Sometimes the better team doesn't play like the better team. Sometimes the team with all the talent doesn't play like they're the team with all the talent. Sometimes that lesser talented team will have a coach and a chemistry that will overshadow even the better talent. And they're not going to not go to the finals because Milwaukee was a better team if they win 4 out of 7.
And the last play is another example of Coach Bud. Chris Middleton was 0 for 8 from 3-point range in the game last night. So what you do in the last play? Let's design a 3-pointer for Chris Middleton.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And Drew Holiday had a great game. He bounced back from an awful series against Brooklyn. Played great, scored a lot of points. He was wide open.
Yeah, it was wide open.
If Chris Middleton would just pass the ball to his right. I'm not saying Drew would have made it because, our boy David Grubb says, 2-minute Drew, but he was open.
He had the hot hand.
He had the hot hand. Didn't.
Yeah.
So why are you just drawing? Go ahead.
Valencia said, maybe I'm being unrealistic, but this means someone on the training staff needs to be fired. You have one job, simulate the scenarios of the game/matchups. It's more than watching film. She got a point.
She does have, it's a great point. And it gets back to Coach Bud. What were you doing? What were you doing? Did you not prepare for what the Hawks like to do in the plays? And here's another thing. Too many NBA teams do this. Who is the secondary ball handler for the Hawks in the starting five? Exactly.
Yeah, I'm reaching. Werder, I don't know.
See, so if you know Trae Young is going to have the ball in his hands 90% of the time, so your defense should be to disrupt their offense and get the ball out of his hands more than what you're doing.
Right.
Make someone else initiate the offense. This is not complicated. I'm not saying full court press all game long. I'm saying get the ball out of Trae Young's hands enough to make someone else initiate the offense.
Right. And I know when he's in, it's Gallinari, but it can't be Bogdanovich. He's barely healthy. Collins, no.
And see, Bogdanovich, he's injured. I guess the Bucks just don't care about attacking dudes who are injured.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do anything with James Harden for 3 games. So I mean, they just they ignore the injury reports for the opponents. Once again, teams are making this. The Bucks are making this harder than it needs to be.
Right. Yeah, my favorite singer say it could all be so simple, but you rather make it hard. I told them the other day, I said, Coach Bud ain't gonna get it together until his job is on the line again. Coach Bud is one of those ones who loves to play when his hair is on fire. He don't like it when it's calm, cool, and collected. So he'll find a way to come back when they're down 3-2.
And let me say, I was shocked that the Bucks went into Brooklyn and won Game 7. Even though I picked before the series, I picked Milwaukee to win the series. But the way they were playing and the way Coach Bud was not making adjustments and all these things, I had little confidence that they were going to win Game 7. Chris Middleton struggled once again. You see who really is the key to their making them successful. When he shoots well, plays well, they win. When he struggles on offense, they struggle to win. Because he struggled last night, and many of them were good shots. Not all of them. That 3-pointer at the end of the game, wrap it up, that clearly was awful. I mean, the decision to give him the ball was just, and then the shot, I'm like, okay, really? But, that's what the Bucks do. They can win Game 2. They need to play like they're the better team, because if they don't, they're going to lose the series.
Yeah, well, I mean, not that it matters a whole lot. I feel like Atlanta accomplished what they wanted. Still home court. Home court.
Keep it, but brother, it ain't like the Hawks cannot lose at home.
No, I agree. I agree.
So
I agree, but that's why I say the home court advantage itself doesn't matter as much as the mentality of the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks are more stressed out about not having, we're the better team. We went from being number 5 to number 1.
Yep. And Bobby Portis, he played well second quarter. He defended Trae Young the same way. It's like the Bucks' philosophy was the big man on the pick and roll is just gonna stay in the paint, in drop coverage.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing? This is not how to defend Trae Young.
It's not like you can't fix that right then in the game. They're right there. Like you can just call a different defense from the sideline. So anyway, Kris, real quick. Somebody asked a question about tonight's game. Does Chris Paul being back change the chemistry that Phoenix clearly has in knocking off the Clippers being up 2 games to none? Your thoughts?
Yes, it's going to change it. You're gonna give Campaign less minutes, but that may not be a bad thing because you're getting CP back. As good as Reggie Jackson is on offense, you can't guard Campaign, man. Campaign going to the left all day long. I'm going to the left all day long. Patrick Beverly, y'all can't make Campaign go to his right. Luke Kennard, you can't make Campaign go to his right. Paul George, y'all can't make Campaign go to his right. Campaign was with OKC. They let him go. OKC, one of the worst teams in the NBA. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look what he did in game 2. But if Paul George would have just made his free throws, and he not just the 2 he missed to wrap it up. He missed 3 or 4 prior to that. And if he'd have just made those free throws are so important. The Clippers, hey, they've been down 0-2 before. This is their comfort zone. So, but they're playing a different team than they've been playing in previous rounds. So we'll see how they do in game 3.
Yeah, and I'm a firm believer, man. I'm not overrating these games. All Phoenix did was what they were supposed to do. They defended their home court. Clippers can go back, do the same, and now all of a sudden it's 2-2. Atlanta won one game. It doesn't. You don't win the series in one game. I definitely get that. The other question that came in was, what's up with Lou Williams? Is he healthy or is he hurt?
We'll never know. Because I think Trae Young's shoulder's bothering him. Because some of his long range shots aren't even close. I mean, just not close at all. But he gets hot. He finds a way to get to his rhythm, and he keeps going. But I think, we're never going to know. I mean, heck, the Clippers have yet to rule out Kawhi. They have yet to announce officially what is wrong with his knee.
Right.
They just keep saying he will not play in game 1. He won't play in game 2. He's not expected to play in game 3, but they won't say why he won't play.
Right.
Everybody expects it because of a torn ACL, but they have yet to say. The NBA has become a lot of hockey.
Right.
With players getting upper body injuries. So I think Lou is banged up, but we're never going to know what's really wrong with him.
Yeah, it's a good point. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. Willie Gibson, broadcast journalist from Columbus, Ohio, said Cavs let Campaign go too.
Yeah. And Campaign's like, hey, look at me now. I'm 2 wins away from the NBA Finals.
Yep. The thing I like about what he's doing is he's developing his confidence. When he goes left, he's going left with confidence now, as opposed to tentativeness. And I love that because, man, that's what these games do more so than them wrapping it up in 2 games. You got guys that are more confident in their play now because of those 2 games. You got some guys in Atlanta that are more confident now because they beat Milwaukee in Milwaukee. So I think those things, are kind of highly overrated at times. That confidence level is a hard thing to get or to take back.
And that's what I think opponents need to do a better job of. You need to try to break your opponent's confidence, rattle them.
Right.
And doing things differently on defense to disrupt that rhythm, disrupt that confidence, because confidence is great if you got it, but if it's shaky, it will impact your game. It will impact you at the line, how you shoot, if you shoot, because one dude whose confidence is shot right now is Brother Simmons in Philadelphia.
Absolutely.
My man has zero confidence.
Right.
And anything he does is pass a foot, because passing up that dunk, that was it right there. That you could tell he didn't want to get contact. He didn't want to go to the foul line. He didn't want any part of that.
Yeah. Let me take a quick break. It's one jingle and one spot. We'll come right back with Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. Get ready to wrap it up right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. It's Throwback Thursday.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
If your loved one has passed away due to COVID-19, pay close attention to this message. You could be entitled to a death benefit of over $300,000. The U.S. government has set up a fund to pay families relief if they've lost a loved one due to COVID-19. We know this is a hard time for you, and this fund has been set up by the federal government to help ease your pain. The compensation includes a death benefit and lost wages benefit. Time is limited, so we urge you to make a free phone call right now. There's no cost to you for this claim. All legal fees are only covered once you receive your money. So if you've lost a loved one due to COVID-19, call the legal helpline right now to find out if you qualify for a cash award. Here's our number, 800-876-7047, 800-876-7047. 800-876-7047. That's 800-876-7047. Paid for by the IPG Law Group.
This is Michael Harris, Houston's top jock, and you're listening to the Sports Encyclopedia, the living Sports Encyclopedia, AJ Jones on the lunch break here on KYOK.
Yeah, man, I ain't got no Detroit hat, but I got the legendary announcer Michael Harris called me what did he say? The living Sports Encyclopedia? That what he said? I don't think that's
what I heard. That's what I heard.
He hadn't heard me lately, bro. He ain't heard me lately. So anyway, oh gosh, my eyes hurt. My eye. If y'all are listening on the legendary KYOK AM 1140, 92.3, or streaming live on KYOKradio.org, just say thank you. Just say thank you. Thank you. Kris is holding up a whole Pistons shirt, a whole Pistons shirt. Like it just says Pistons all across the screen.
I hope Valencia sees this too. Check it out, V. Check it out. Hope you watch. Hope you see this.
Oh, watching this. She said Kris did not come to play with y'all today. Let me put that up there. What? I ain't mad at you, man. I ain't mad at you. You shake your tail feather in here today. You better come on. So poor dog won't wag his own tail. Come on here, man.
Oh my goodness, it's been a long time since they've been good. Since they've been relevant. I mean, that's really comes down to relevant.
Yep.
They'll be on TV. Some national TV games now going forward. More than one.
I don't know.
So
you better get that regional package, Doc. I was trying to figure out how to get the West Coast version of CBS last night, and it did. What I was told I could do, I couldn't do. So yeah, you got to enjoy. Real quick, give me what you think is going to happen tonight, Phoenix or Clippers in LA tonight.
Clippers gonna find a way to win.
Okay.
I trust Ty Lue. They're gonna find a way to win. You know, they're comfortable in this position. So, and let me say this: kudos to Jeff Van Gundy, because I did not know about that rule that you could not.
I didn't either.
There was no offensive goaltending on the inbounds play. So, hey, I was wrong. I have no problem when I'm wrong, but that's what it took. A great play like that. And let me ask you, man, what are your thoughts on the NBA allowing teams to get a free timeout when the referees go to look at the monitors for review? Because without that, Phoenix would not have, Williams would not have had time.
Would have had time to draw that play up.
It up.
Right. But, I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, what are the players going to do when the refs go to the monitor?
Sit at half court. Stand at half court. Talk amongst themselves. You know, I mean, have the third ref, have two refs go to the monitor and have the third one make sure the players stand at half court.
Okay. I can see that. Because, you know, I ain't never coached on that level, but I have coached. I'm going to find a way to steal that timeout. I'm going to find a way. You know, even if one guy come over to me and I send him back over with the instructions, you know, you're going to find a way to steal that timeout.
And great coaches like Monty Williams, they're going to find a way to do it.
Right.
But I think that's an unintended consequence of the referee's review.
Right.
That
I agree.
You are doing that. Well, I mean, hey, Ty Lue had a chance to do it. I mean, he had a chance to sub, and Aiden just out jumped. You know, so he had a big man on him. Didn't make any difference. And a great pass, too. Don't forget about the great pass, right?
Absolutely.
Right on the money. On the money.
I broke it down in 4 parts. Number 1, of course, Monty Williams drawing it up. Number 2 for me was Devin Booker, like, you want me to do what? You want me to set a back screen? Got it. No problem. I'm the star of the whole doggone team. And I did. I pulled up Scottie Pippen and Tony Kukoc. I did. I sure did. You want me to do what? You want me to pass the ball to Tony for him to take the last shot? Oh, no. Ouch. This over here hurt. I can't even go in. Yeah. But no. Booker said, you want me to do what? And he went in there and did it. And he gave his man just enough space for Crowder to make the perfect pass and Ayton to go up like a grown man and get it and bring it on down. And it was all perfect and well-timed. I loved it.
It was a great play. And yes, Ayton got away with a little hole there. But that's not his fault.
Right.
This is the NBA, it's pro sports. It's on the refs to call those things. If they don't call them, you get what you get. So hey, I got no problem with that.
Yep.
Great play, great execution.
I loved it. I loved it. And again, a lot of credit to Monty for drawing that up, and a lot of credit to the guys for all them doing their part to give themselves a chance. And that's all they needed was a chance. So
and Devin Booker did this, what we think is a broken nose.
Yeah.
Nose all packed up. And he's like, want me to set a pick? Hey, I got you. I'm here to win. Let's do this. Okay.
I got it. Yeah.
I got it, coach. No problem.
Yeah.
I got it. So, yeah.
I love that, man. I did not want to lose sight of that. So, again, I'm not disagreeing with you on tonight. I really feel like the Clippers are going to probably pull this one out tonight. I did say this, though. If they don't, it's over.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know when it's going to be over, but the Clippers ain't coming back from 3-0. That ain't going to happen. You got 4 chances to win one game. They're not going to come back from that. So it's over. Yeah.
Agreed. And Ty Lue's a great coach, but he's not that great.
Yeah. That's a whole nother world. I want to get back real quick to these guys. We talked about Evan Mobley. What do you love most about Green other than he's a scorer? Ball handling, decision making.
No. No. He gets buckets right now. That's what he is. He gets buckets. He's not great distributing the ball. His 3-point shot. We're basing this on high school, grassroots, AAU, and his time in the G League with the Ignite team, with that elite team of 18-year-olds out of high school. Now it was a month. The bubble, G League bubble was this year was a month. So he gets buckets. He's not great defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody even say he's not a willing passer.
Okay.
But he can score.
Okay.
And the Rockets need people who can score.
Okay.
I think he can grow into and develop. And that's one thing with John Lucas, Steven Silas, the Rockets organization. They do a good job developing. You see KJ Martin, his game developed throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jason Tate's game improved as the season progressed. So I think Jalen Green would do the same thing with the Rockets. He's going to do it wherever most teams are good at. Some are better than others in terms of player development. But his defense is not great. He has a lot of things that he needs to improve on. He's 18, 19 years old, But one thing he can do right now, he can put the ball in the hoop.
Okay.
No doubt.
What does Jalen Suggs bring that the Rockets might be interested in at that number 2 pick?
I think he's stronger. I think he is more of a willing passer. He's a better defensive player, no question.
Yeah. His
outside shot is not as good as I think it needs to be in the NBA. 3-point shot, banking in that 3-point runner aside. I think mechanic-wise, he can do some fine-tuning on that, tweak his shot a little bit. But again, I touched on this back in January on the lunch break. I thought this draft had 4 really good impact rookies. Kate Cunningham, Jalen Green, Jalen Suggs, and Evan Mobley. Jonathan Kuminga, I don't believe fits the Rockets, especially at number 2.
Okay.
I think offensively he has the furthest to grow of the 5 youngsters.
Okay.
Defensively, he might be better now than the rest of them, but offensively, he's got a long, long way to go. I think he'll spend more time in the G League again than the other 4.
I got you. So Rockets couldn't really go wrong. It's just pick your, I don't want to say poison, but decide what you want out of Mobley, Green, or Suggs and build around that.
Because you know me, and listeners know me, the family knows me. I like skilled big men.
Yeah, me too.
I think the Rockets should take Evan Mobley.
Yeah.
But I think they will take Jalen Green.
Yeah. Okay. Real quick about coaches. Carlisle up in Indiana, your thoughts?
We got it wrong a bit last Friday. You, me, and Valencia talking about it. We knew he had a job lined up.
Yeah.
We thought it was Boston.
I thought it was Boston.
When Ime Udoka got Celtics job. Kudos to him. I need to talk to his sister. You try to get his sister info on your show, on her back from the Comet days. So it's great for him to get that job. But when he didn't get that, as soon as that was announced yesterday about Udoka getting the job at the Boston job, I was like, we're going to the Pacers.
Okay.
4 years, $29 million. Well, there we go.
Yeah. I think he's the right guy for the job too. I think he can do some things up there that this last Joker didn't do, and they didn't wait on Nate McMillan or give Nate McMillan the tools to do, because I can't blame all that on Nate.
No, and they rushed Nate out of the door.
They did.
And it's great for Nate. He landed in a better spot. And keep in mind, Nate was not the head coach of the Hawks.
Correct.
I mean, officially, he's still not the head coach. He's interim.
Right.
They let Lloyd Pierce go mid-season, and Nate has run with it, and the team has taken off, with his leadership. So Rick Carlisle's a different voice. He has adjusted his old school mentality to more of the modern game, modern, analytics, things like that. The Pacers have some talent.
Yeah.
So we'll see how he tweaks it and makes them better than they were this past season.
Yeah. I wish him well. What about Udoka over in Boston? You know what my concern is? He's got to clean up the mess that the guy he now works for left.
Yes.
And by the way, the guy he now works for is the new Danny Ainge. So who's this point guard going to be? What are they going to do with 279-year-old Al Horford? Are they going to give him time to coach up Jaylen Brown and Tatum? And what's really going to happen for Udoka? And will he have the time there in Boston to do it?
Hopefully he'll have the time to do it. They need to continue developing Robert Williams, the young big man, and see if he's ready to start NBA games and play consistently well and not give Al Horford those minutes. Maybe start Al in the first few weeks, month of the season, and hopefully Robert Williams can grow by December, January, be ready for their starting role if he's not ready to start it at the beginning of the season. But he needs the Time Lord. That's a great nickname. He needs to develop and prove he's worthy of being an NBA caliber starting center in the NBA, game in, game out. Let me read this. What did she say?
I'm laughing. Wait a minute.
Okay.
I'll read on Twitter what she posted. Hold on. I hate to try to type when I'm on the show.
I'm put facts.
Is that hilarious or what? That is hilarious. She put up a meme. Paul George be like, "Can't blow a series lead if you never had one." And she's got a guy pointing to his head like, I'm smart on this thing. So, man, I really love and appreciate the support, Valencia King. I love she's right. She said, it's one thing when you think you're funny by yourself, but it's another thing when you know you're funny by yourself. And she is hilarious. So, got to have her back on the show with you and Kris, and just have some fun. But is Becky going to get that Portland job?
No.
Are we still playing? Are we playing like we're interested in these women for these jobs?
Well, apparently, one report is the female owner. She wants to hire Becky. She wants to be the first. She wants to be the, literal trailblazer and give Becky the job. Becky has put in the time to get an opportunity. So stop, all this other, dragging your feet, and some of these squads dragging their knuckles on the ground still, like the Neanderthals. Just give her the chance at the job. But no, I don't believe she's going to get the chance, even though I think she deserves it. I think your man's going to get that job.
Who you think?
Mike D'Antoni.
Well, I feel bad for Dame Dollar if he does.
So, but what if Dame prefers Mike over Becky? Then they got to do that then.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know that. I haven't spoken to Dame about that. I don't know. But what if he says, I like Becky, I respect her, but Coach D'Antoni, I know what his offense does. It works, blah, 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 blah. So I want to play for him.
It works to a point. I'll leave that alone. I didn't say that out loud. Kris, tell everybody where they can find you and follow you with your Detroit Piston basketball loving self.
And you didn't even mention my singing on the stream Friday, man. I know you heard it. I know you heard it. I mean on here today. Here.
Well, I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, did say, on a perfect day. He sang, he did a good job. He got some chops. He knows what he's doing. Look, he don't sing, he can sing. He won't do it on the show, though. That's my point.
You know, I got to do it for our show, and I think I need to invite Valencia on our show, you know, on the live stream, which we're not going to do Friday. We're going to do it Sunday.
Yeah, Willie announced that. It's gonna be Sunday.
So 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 Eastern. Willie, Andy, and me, three folks talking sports. So we'll try to be done before playoff matchup. You know, that evening, I think.
Hey, you get my niece on your show with all them three dudes talking sports. She gonna make the show right.
But yeah, it's gonna be three folks. That's why I didn't want to say dudes. It's gonna be three folks. So folks talking sports. So whoever
I'm his agent, and we need to talk numbers.
That's fine. So you know, I need some numbers to talk to me too, so we can make this happen going forward. But yes, I am Kris Gardner of the Houston Roundball Review. Houston Roundball Review on YouTube and Instagram, Twitter, a little bit different. Twitter, I'm the HR Review. Website, HoustonRoundballReview.com. Been around since 1994. That's right, 1994. Local name, national perspective. Come to the site, folks. I'm part of Fanatics.com, but you can get your merch on my site, and I do earn some change when you shop at the links via HoustonRoundballReview.com.
Yeah, that's right. I got to order my North Carolina A&T shirt from you.
Yes, say that again, brother. HBCU gear is on my site.
You mentioned him singing, but we want to hear him. Now that came from
keep trying.
That came from.
I see CJ saying that at some point I am going to sing on here, and I might sing a whole song one day. So who knows? But it ain't gonna be today.
Bye, man. Bye.
Love you, brother.
I'm gonna get my A&T shirt.
Appreciate it, man. HoustonRoundballReview.com.
You staffed that Detroit website.
It's all day, baby. All love. All love. Y'all take care.
Love you, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Love you.
All right, man. We got to get ready to go. Let me get Sybil Wilkes queued up and let her do her thing. And actually, we don't even have time. So y'all stay right there. Donnie McClurkin up next to give us the best in gospel music, latest in the gospel music industry. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I truly love y'all. Hope. And, there's really nothing you can do about it. But do me a favor. When you see the racism, kill it, not the person or the people, the racism. You gotta get that stuff out of our society. Can it happen? Yeah, I believe it. It's gonna take a lot of work, more than we can imagine. All right, y'all take care. Talk to you soon.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston. Are you ready?
All right, y'all. Love y'all much. Valencia, I love you, niece. Take care, dear. CJ, thank y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Freestyle Friday. David Grubb going to be with me tomorrow. He's got a big announcement. Don't miss